Hi guys. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about three things. Three topics I'm going to cover. So, it is CA Final Advanced Auditing November 2022. RTP, I'm going to cover in full, entire RTP, case based MCQ, normal MCQs, and descriptive question and answers I'm going to cover, and amendments. So there is only one chapter in advanced auditing entire subject which consists of amendments. That chapter is corporate governance and audit committee chapter. Inside that, majority of the corporate governance provisions we have not discussed in the subject of audit because it is a predominant topic in law. Because in audit, not 100% of the corporate governance is covered. Only in law you're going to discuss, like all various committees compositions, their powers, their functions, board of directors, their composition, this entire stuff you have been discussing in company law paper in depth. Getting it? So in audit we don't discuss that, you know those LODR regulations which are already covered in law. But main discussion about audit committee and amendment in audit committee, I will cover it now. Very small amendment, a slight minor amendment which I already covered in the marathon class. Anyhow, next, what should we do, what we should do day before the exam, what chapters are must. Okay. So what are all, all these three elements now we are going to discuss in this particular lecture. The first thing, what I wanted to cover is day before exam guidance. First and foremost thing, day before exam. Actually, I'm recording this at what time? Exactly evening 6:15. I started this recording. So this is Muhurat trading on Diwali. So on the day of Diwali, Muhurat trading time. This is which is an auspicious time, which everybody believes. Okay, but so anyhow, so day before exam, what are the chapters that you must go through for sure? you know uh, Even irrespective of the fact, irrespective of like whether day before or whatever, these are the chapters you must have gone through, whether you are my regular student or anybody else. These are the chapters which you must have gone through at the beginning. You must have finished them. So what are the chapters? So there is a learning pattern. In that learning pattern I'm covering, as well as exam priority pattern. Now, audit report. Audit report, you must be perfect. You must be perfect at company audit. The first and foremost important chapter is company audit, then audit report. Audit report means what? Let me repeat that series 700, 701, 702, sorry, 705, 706, 710, 720, and we have 600, 299, 570, 260, then 610 and 620, plus Caro 2020, plus we have 143 subsection 3 reporting requirements like IFCO for IFC reporting, that funding party, ultimate beneficiary, that reporting. So that one. So these are the first 2 chapters which you must have finished, okay, in your preparation. Or if not, day before exam, if you're looking at, these are the first 2 chapters which you must finish at the revision first. Next, then we need to start standards. Standards on audit. You know what standards are very important at CA final level? These are the standards which are very important. 501, 505, 510, and 550, 580, and if possible 540 also you add. Then last priority 560. In that entire 500 series, 560 is your last priority, but up to this is important. Up to this, the list is very important. If you still have time, then go with 402, 450. So then what about remaining standards? What are the remaining standards? We have that 500, 230, 240, then 200, 210, 220, SQC. Then in 500 series, we have few more, at 500 series, 2 more standards, 530 and 540. These standards, sorry, 530, 520, analytical procedure. These standards are second priority standards according to me. Second priority standard. or I can say third priority. These two are second priority. So this segment which I'm highlighting in green color, this is first priority standard. And if you remember, if you observe here, majority standards covered in audit report, approx 10 to 11 standards covered in audit report chapter. Out of balance standards, these are the first priority. So this is the order in which you need to give importance to the standards. Now, if you look at institute material, no ICS study material, see, I'm talking about day before exam strategy, so that and what resources also you should look. First of all, the first and foremost important resource is the original material you studied, using which you studied. You might have taken classes with me, or you might have taken classes with some other faculty, or you might have done self preparation. Whatever the material originally you have used, that is the main material. Consider that as a main material and use only from that. Okay. Yeah, fine. So from that material you prepare. Suppose you didn't prepare from any particular material. You prepared from IC material. Then go with IC material. Then after this, you must go with ethics. Ethics, professional ethics. There is an order. This is the order in which I even teach in my class also. So the same order, because this is important from exam point of view. Now these four chapters, professional ethics, by the way. In professional ethics, no, entire professional ethics can be divided into these parts. Fundamental principles. What is it? Fundamental principles. CA Act of few provisions like membership, practice, removal of membership, removal from practice, section 7, branch offices, that entire provision. That is provisions of CA Act. Then we have schedule 1 and schedule 2. This is one segment. So fundamental principles, one segment, provisions of CA Act, one segment, schedule 1 and schedule 2 put together, one segment. We have something called Council Guidelines 2008, that is one segment. Then we have something called SRM, self-regulatory measures. What are they? Self-regulatory measures. You can straight away skip self-regulatory measures, not required. Self-regulatory measures not required. Even fundamental principles like what is independence, what are threats to independence, what are the safeguards to independence, this fundamental principles also you can remove. This is second priority. CA Act provisions, schedule 1 and 2, council guidelines, all these three are very important. All these three are very important. Look, I'm not only covering what you must go through day before exam, I'm also indirectly telling you what is important, what is not important. Next. Then after you finish ethics, generally what I suggest after finishing ethics is corporate governance and audit committee. But inside that, only audit committee provisions you must read first. Only you must read which provisions? Audit committee provisions. Audit committee provisions means LOD or audit committee provisions, composition, role of audit committee, and Companies Act audit committee composition and role and applicability. Getting it? Audit committee provisions. Remaining corporate governance provisions, they are important. Many a times questions are coming from them as well in the form of MCQs, all that. But you need to read from law point of view, because in law only they were covered in depth rather in audit. Next. So after this, generally what I suggest is peer review and quality review. Generally what I suggest is peer review and quality review. But peer review, quality review, some students may not be that excellent in that. In such a case, don't touch that chapter. Maybe some students might have been very perfect in peer review, so please revise immediately after audit committee. Some students would have ignored this quality review. They may not be that much perfect in quality review. In such a case, ignore quality review. Suppose if you are good at both, then revise both after that. After revising peer review, quality review, then straight away you must move to provisions of bank audit. You must straight away go to, even if you are my regular student, please go to straight away bank audit. Then NBFC audit. After this, insurance audit. Many might be, again, coming to this chapter, insurance audit, many students are ignoring it. I don't know why. Insurance audit is a very easy chapter. Only thing is you need to understand it thoroughly. So in the marathon class which I uploaded recently, insurance audit is also covered. Few principles of insurance audit overview I gave in the YouTube free of cost. Getting it? So you just watch that insurance audit overview. I think you'll get a decent idea. But don't start preparation now. If you have already ignored it, insurance audit, ignore. Otherwise, again, don't start afresh now. Then you need to do consolidated financial statements audit. Consolidated financial statements audit. These are the topics must and should everybody should read. If at all any of you have not covered one or two topics in this, it's okay. Okay, but these are minimum topics. From these topics, approximately from company audit, audit report, standards. Actually, audit report and standards together, I call it a single chapter. In fact, company audit, audit report, standards put together is one segment. From this segment, you will approximately get weightage of 25 marks to 35 marks. Depends on your, depends on the exam to exam, 25 to 30 marks weightage. Then ethics, you are having approximately 15 marks weightage, 10 to 15 marks. Audit committee provisions, 5 marks to, if you're very lucky enough, 15 marks. But mostly 5 marks only. Okay. Peer review and quality review, approximately 10 marks. Bank audit, approximately 5 marks to 8 marks. NBFC audit, minimum 5. Insurance audit, minimum 5 to maximum 8 marks. Sometimes 10 also might come. So if you're perfect in these, you can confidently write for at least 70 marks of the paper. 70. I'm telling you, those who got 70 plus marks in audit would have written only for 90. Hardly 90 or 95 marks they would have written and got 70 plus, 65 plus. And coming to the bitter reality, many students want to secure 45 in audit. Majority cases, 45 is enough in audit. I'll score better in FR, I'll score better in SFR. If you want to score 45 minimum for sure, 50 minimum at least, these chapters, if you're perfect at 50 marks, damn sure you can score 50 for sure. Then what are the remaining chapters which are left here in this list? What are the remaining chapters? In the remaining chapters also, I'm giving you an order. In the same order, you have to prepare. Now, first one, risk assessment and internal control. I'm talking about the balance chapters which I have not covered in the above list. In the above, there is one list, right? Apart from that, remaining chapters. The risk assessment and internal control, automated environment. Some students have a doubt. So fiscal loss, that will come in this list only. Okay. Third one, internal management operational audit. Fourth one, due diligence and fraud investigation and forensic audit. Then fifth one, fiscal loss. Then the last one, liabilities of auditor. Then one more thing is that there is another chapter called audit strategy, planning and program. So this is the order after you finish the above. Suppose some of you have not covered insurance audit. You didn't cover at all. Then finish CFS audit and then immediately come to risk assessment chapter. So you didn't cover risk assessment, then automated. You didn't cover that, then IMO. So in the same order, whatever I give in this list only, in the same order only you revise. So because that is most safest approach. Risk assessment chapter will have weightage of 5 marks to 10. Sometimes 10 marks may come or maybe 5. Automated environment, damn sure 5 marks question. IMO audit, damn sure 5 marks question. Due diligence, investigation, forensic, put together all this minimum 5. Maybe sometimes 10 also might come. Fiscal loss, 5 marks to 10 marks. Liabilities of auditor, 0 marks to 6 marks. 0. Sometimes they may ask a question on that, sometimes they may not. Strategy point of view, 0 marks to 4 marks. 0. Strategy also not that important. If you observe, I kept fiscal loss at last. I'll recommend fiscal loss chapter to be read only for those students who have gone through direct tax provisions very well. Suppose you are a single group student, group 1, not writing group 2. You have not taken direct tax coaching. You don't have any much command on direct taxes. Don't touch fiscal loss chapter. Don't touch fiscal loss. No point. You just feel like plain reading. You don't understand anything. The question quality is completely different. The way the question is being designed is completely different. Okay. So that's it. This is the order in which you need to prepare a day before exam. So like how you should, plan this, how you should plan this. By the way, I have my marathon, which is uploaded. I have my marathon, which is already there in the YouTube. So very recently I have uploaded. And for December 21 exams also, I have uploaded the marathon, which is also useful now because some concepts are useful now. So you can watch that marathon. So whoever my regular students were there, please revise in this order before exam. So before exam, you're having 1.5 day time. More precisely speaking, I can say 18 hours time only you can read. 18 to 20 hours of productive time you have. Hardly day before exam, you're having 18 to 20 productive hours. Okay. So now 20 hours of time means approximately company audit. Don't spend beyond 1 hour because company audit you have studied even in CA intro much thoroughly. So hardly 1 hour it will take for you to revise. Audit report. Approximately audit report, Caro, 143.3 checklist all put together will take minimum 4 hours time. 4 hours it will eat. Then standards, no, I told right, first category standards. These standards will take 2 hours of time to read thoroughly. Okay. 2 hours max. So until now 2 plus 4, 6 plus 1, 7. Ethics will take 3 hours of time. Don't make yourself too hurry. Don't be too fast. Okay. Audit committee provision hardly 1 hour. Look, I'm not covering corporate governance provisions because you are studying it already as part of law. In law, it is most important. LODR regulations. Then peer review, quality review, 2 hours. Bank audit, you need to spend some 2 hours. NBFC audit, it will take 1 hour to 1.5 hours. If possible, watch my marathon. I think I have covered NBFC in the marathon, I think, so I'm not sure exactly. Those who purchased my revision class, for them it is covered. For others, I don't know. On YouTube, whether did I upload or not, I'm not sure exactly. Insurance audit, it will take 1.5 to 2 hours to revise. Consolidated financial statements, 1 hour. So totally how many it is coming, just we'll see. 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, 9, 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 2, 14, 14 plus 5. 19 hours approximately here only. I'm talking about productive revision day before exam. You're having 19 hours. Now, after you revise all this, if you still have time only, then please come to this. If at all you finish it less than 19, then come to this. I'm telling you 19 hours is the maximum time that required for revising all these chapters. If at all you finished within 14 hours, then come to these chapters. Risk assessment will take 1.5 hour to 2 hours. Actually, if you want to do a productive revision, it will take 1.5 to 2 hours. Productive revision day before. I'm not talking general revision. I'm talking about revision day before. Getting it? So like that will go away. Like, it will go like that. So after finishing the exam, you're having 1.5 day time gap. So on the day on which you finished the exam 4 hours, on the next day you can study 14 hours. And on the day of exam, at least 2 to 4 hours you can study. So totally 22 hours. Maximum time that will be available is 20 to maximum 22. That's it. But in this order, if you finish, you are in a safe zone. Getting it? So coming to, if possible, RTP video, I'll upload it. Getting it? So this video I'm covering as part of RTP. This alone right now, until now, whatever 20 minutes is there, this content I'll upload it as a separate video, guidance video. And again, this video will be there as part of RTP. Getting it? RTP video will come close to 1.5 to 2 hours totally. So within that, this video will be there. And this video alone separately I'll be uploading. Okay. So take care. Don't get too much tensed. You'll do well. Whatever you have worked in the past 2, 3, 4 months. So that result will definitely pay off. If you really worked for it, whatever the level of examination, you'll write well. Whatever the paper standard level, if at all you learned conceptually, realistically, you will definitely face the paper with ease. Getting it? So now don't read any new chapters. Don't try any new resources. Getting it? Whatever you have gone through already, please revise them. All the best. Have a nice time. And happy Diwali, by the way.